Chat, be honest. Do I have that shit on? Gene. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely thought Xbox had died like around 10 years ago because it hasn't been in the news since, for me, or it hasn't been relevant since the Xbox One, which was way back when I was in high school. So even the Xbox, like the big tower thing, didn't mean shit to me. It was like just another fucking box to play games on, and then nothing. It didn't do anything new. It wasn't game changing, nothing. But recently, the new CEO has been on a big tear, good and maybe bad, about like changing the entire company, not only like rebranding it, but bringing about a bunch of new people into the company, lowering prices. I know. It was really cool because I think this is like one of the first instances of good news out of like a big CEO headline where like as an average consumer and not like some investor, you're like, oh my God, wait. I kind of fuck with what they're doing, like heavy. Like I mess with that. You're lowering prices. You're kind of anti-AI. You're doing all this right stuff. You're talking about making games again. All this bullshit. So it's really good news to hear something that isn't like, oh my God, Jeff Bezos went to the Met Gala and fucking cranked it. But to summarize, the new CEO's name is Asha Sharma, and she was appointed in like February to be the CEO after replacing some other nobody from Xbox that just kind of ran it into the ground again. But she has taken on, and then since then, every single headline I've seen about her has been really, really good. As low quality as this is, it kind of sums it up, but Xbox kind of lost me like around the Xbox One, the very first release of it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. They've kind of done something, and then they kept releasing, I don't know, what is this? The Xbox One, the Xbox Series S, same fucking bullshit, and then the Xbox Series S. Big bunch of nothing over the past fucking 10, 13 years. To get back on topic of the CEO, she is from an AI, like a very strict AI corporate background where she's been building AI products for like Meta and all this other stuff. And she has transferred to the head of Xbox, but has been like pushing out like anti-AI in the company at least, which is really, really good. She's been publicly stating about how AI doesn't belong in the creative space for making games. That's definitely a human thing is what she's been saying, which is dope. That's awesome. We love seeing people actually get employed and not having their jobs taken away. But also, like, you've been working on this for so long. 2 days ago, there was an article published talking about how she has recently hired a bunch of Meta AI people that have worked on not only Meta's company, but also came from Instacart. And specifically, these are AI leadership roles that she's been transferring into Xbox. So she's basically been gutting the leadership of Xbox, yay, but replacing them with AI overlord corporate people, boo. While all the while preaching about how AI doesn't belong in games, and maybe she's just hiring them for like efficiencies, that's great, because it definitely has a spot there, AI itself, I mean, but it's just a little like you're saying this one thing and doing bullshit the other way. So I don't get it. I did read through this article that shows all the names of the people and what their backgrounds are and what roles they'll be filling at the new leadership positions at Xbox. They didn't talk about who they gutted, who cares, but the new people seem to be filling positions not of game creation, which is cool because, again, they're all like big CEO AI people, like big tech guys. AI good, human body bad, need to be robot. But the all the positions that this article is talking about seem to be like efficiency based, like they seem to be very internal instead of like designs, which is really, really good. All these positions that this article is talking about seem to be replacing things like not game development specifically, but more focusing on like user experience and like executive positions, like how the product is being received by the public and all this other junk and bullshit, like efficiencies. Moving past like her recent like leadership changes, because those could still be proven to be good changes instead of just big AI overhauls. This is a post from her Twitter directly where she's saying, hey, we need to just rip Copilot out of this thing. First off, why was Copilot in the Xbox anyways? Who the fuck is ever going to use that shit? I don't get online. I would never, ever, ever sit down at my Xbox, first off. We're going to put a period there. Second thought, I would never sit down on my Xbox and then think, oh, I gotta use AI for anything. If I have a question, I'm not going to go ask Copilot in my fucking Xbox. What are you talking about? I don't get why that was there in the first place. But one of the bigger things that the reason I bring this up is because she's gutting a lot of the Microsoft involvement with Xbox specifically, like their dog shit Copilot implementations. So it's no longer on the console at all, which is fantastic. Also, that probably cuts, like, just thinking, it probably cuts down on a lot of bloat. Because Copilot is not an easy thing to, like, put on, especially if you're going to put it in every single Xbox as, like, a feature. It's going to remove bloat. And I think that's really, really good for not only the system. I'm not a technical hardware guy, but I think that's great. If there's just one less AI tool sitting there on the fucking screen for you to never click. Awesome. I hate Copilot so much because I literally have to use it for a lot of professional stuff that I'm doing because it's part of the company I work for. And it's irritating. I hate Copilot. The only thing worse than Copilot is Claude. If you use Claude, it's over for you. It's over. No one will type in Claude AI and go there and use it for, I digress. Fuck AI. I digress. Okay, I do want to touch on the rebranding she's done because I think it's really, really important. Everybody knows what the fucking Xbox is, and they've known what an Xbox is for like almost 20 years now, 20 plus years now, pretty much. And it's very, very important, especially when you have a brand such as that, to understand that people know what it is. So, like, one of their previous sayings was, yes, this is an Xbox, which is stupid. That used to be like their slogan. It's dumb. She just rebranded all that to Xbox. She took the entire company back to like classic green colors, the very, very original ones, instead of like the poo-poo white, which is lame. Boo, Microsoft. I hate you. One of the other things that she's announced, not only just with the rebranding, the colors and everything, is a rebranding of the actual console, because what they seem to be shifting to is something called Project Helix. This is Xbox specific, but all gaming consoles will probably do this. Steam is coming out with Steam Machine, teaser for the point I'm getting to, but PlayStation's 100% going to also do this. But the Xbox Project Helix thing that she announced is basically making Xbox much less of a console and more of a pre-built PC, essentially. Because the next generation of Xbox is said to be able to run computer games, PC games, as well as Xbox exclusives, which is... I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that. That's kind of cool. Because you can almost guarantee it's going to be at a better price point than pre-built PCs, except for Costco. Shout out. Yeah, alongside the Project Helix, like they're releasing a bunch of stuff for developers on the platform, which is really cool. They haven't released a ton of information about it, but if I had to guess, it's going to ascend, without saying it, because they're not going to word it as like a PC, it's going to be a pre-built PC, pretty much, is what it sounds like. So that's kind of neat. How it will hold up against something as cool as like the Steam Machine, maybe, but whatever. Another great thing that she has done that I have recently learned was an actual thing was Xbox fan fest. I got there. But the Xbox Fan Fest has been brought back after apparently axing it for a while, but I don't really know what it is. But it's like the big thing where they have an event, they roll out, they invite all their developers and everything, and they have a big stage and they announce all their games and all their like new stuff and their tech, and they're not AI products. Looking at you. Don't. Yeah, this was pretty cool because it seems like she posted about it and was talking about how it's a very big community thing to keep people involved with the brand of Xbox and to keep them like in touch personally about what's to come, which is really neat. I think that's helpful. I think it shows a little bit more care than just panning to investors, because this is a very public thing for people that just want to play your games and maybe buy your console. I think it's neat. I haven't seen a whole lot of information. The biggest thing that worries me going forward is I think a lot of people are a little upset because there's not a whole lot of exclusives with Xbox. If there are any, I'm not sure. But the best thing about Xbox is their Game Pass. And the Game Pass has recently gotten a huge win because with the new CEO, she's just axed the price almost 30%. Which is really, really cool. I think it was like 20, but I think that's really cool that prices actually come down for something in the gaming sector ever. Like, You just don't hear that. That's really neat. So that was really cool to hear. But also the fact that I think people would be a little bit more impressed if Xbox as a company started focusing a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot a bit more on also developing exclusive titles. I think that's what really sells the PlayStation. I think that's what really, really matters is the PlayStation. You go there for their games. You don't really do anything else with it. But I mean, whatever. You get exclusives. If Xbox can land a bunch of exclusives and keep that Game Pass such a really good product, because it's really, really good. It's fair priced. It's just come down again. Really cool. But I think that would really help push not only Project Helix, but a bunch of other things towards correct directions in Xbox, the company, which is really neat. And what do I know about running a company? Oh, I know nothing. I'm so itty bitty and tiny, but oh, what's that? I've run one before. Very not Xbox size, but I have. Yeah. So I like to often think about like comparing it to my personal business that I used to own, which was a tutoring company, and kind of like see how big leadership changes. It was literally very, very small in comparison to this. Incredibly tiny. It also incredibly not as global and all this stuff. It was very local, all this shit. But I used to run a tutoring company, and I like to compare a lot of the leadership actions that I took in very small scale and see how like it could compare. Because a lot of the decisions I made impacted like quite a few things for other people, which was really neat. I thought that was cool. So that comparison is always sticking in my mind with some of this stuff. And again, to bring it back to the beginning, I really think it's good to hear at least some good, if not neutral news about a CEO, because oh my God, just it's a rarity. It's a big rarity. So shout out Rarity, My Little Pony. I've never really liked that character. Shout out. But yeah, I really wanted to just kind of go over this because it's cool. I used to be an Xbox person way over a PlayStation person forever. So it's cool to see good things coming to a brand that I fucking grew up with. Everybody, again, to reiterate, everybody knows what an Xbox is. But I think that's a really good place to end it off before I ramble a little too much and kind of yap your ear off just a little bit. But I think it's kind of neat. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, I got that shit on, don't I? Why am I posing like a guy? I'll put something on the TV here. I lied again. But that is probably it for today's video. I really appreciate you watching, and thank you, especially if you're new or anything. Hi. Or if you're not, hi. Bye.